Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning viewers. You are still with me, Muhammad Nabil from NATA TV. Wednesday, 22 April 2022. For 5 minutes more, I will accompany you to listen to some bright news, some actual news, and some latest news in this sunny morning. The first is about tsunamis in Indonesia. A submarine earthquake or volcanic eruption in the ocean can cause a tsunami weather which can have devastating effect on the people and objects near the sea. In 2004, a large part of the world was worked by the Indian Ocean earthquakes and the subsequent tsunami, killing over 20,000 people in Indonesia alone resulted in the displacement of more than 500,000 of people as thousands of homes were wiped away. Also, a massive tsunami such as the 2004 tsunami is rare. The Sumatra region is often started by offshore earthquakes that can potentially trigger a tsunami. With the 2004 tsunami still fresh in mind, the level of fear is high. Often Indonesia who live in villages of cities coast to coast flee the hills located more inland after an earthquake has taken place as they are afraid of becoming victim of the tsunami. On average, once every 5 years, a large tsunami happens in Indonesia, mostly on the island of Sumatra and Java. In general, damage done to the infrastructure except the loss of lives. 3 are warning systems installed on many coastal areas, but there have been reports that not all of these systems are functioning properly. And the second news is about floods in Indonesia. Indonesia rainy season, which runs from December to March, usually brings plenty of rainfall. In combination with deforestation of waterways clogged with debris, it can cause rivers to overflow and result in floods. Floods land delays occurs in most parts of Indonesia and can cause hundreds of casualties, destroy houses and other infrastructure, and ruin local business. Even in a major city as Jakarta, floods occur regularly, basically every year, due to weak water management in combination with heavy monsoon rains. In January 2013, a large part of Jakarta was flooded, affecting more than 200,000 homes and resulting in more than 20 facilities. Also in February 2014, Jakarta was flooded by big floods, causing 2,000 of homes being flooded by murky brown water, sometimes as deep as 1 meters. In the rainy seasons, floods usually disrupt the distribution channels and therefore Indonesia there to experience some rising international pressures during the months January and February when the monsoon rains tend to peak. A condition being occurred by the La Nina weather phenomenon. La Nina basically the option of El Nino, a phenomenon that occurs once every 5 years, on average bring colder than average sea temperatures in the central and eastern tropical Pacific Ocean. In therefore causes weather than usual weather in Southeast Asia, usually in the months November to February. And the third news is about man-made forest fires in Indonesia. Generally, Indonesians have a low awareness of environmental sustainable practices. This is reflected by farmers and companies' use of slash and burn practices, a strategy to clear land for plantation, usually for the expansion of crude palm oil or pulp and the paper plantations, primarily on the island of the Sumatra and Kalimantan. The slash and burn strategy is actually not allowed by Indonesia law. Weak law of fragment and a corruption make it possible. However, the practice entails serious and far-reaching risks. For example, forest fires in the month June-October 2015 ran out of hand completely. Based on World Bank report released in December 2015, some 200,000 man-made forest fires destroyed about 2 million hectares of land on Kalimantan and Sumatra between June and October 2015. It also caused toxic has the spread to other parts of Southeast Asia, giving rise to diplomatic tensions. Disaster is estimated to have cost Indonesia EDR 221 trillion, approx USD 16 billion dollars, or 1% of the country's gross domestic product, and it relied some 120 million tons of carbon each day, a figure that exceeds the 8 million tons of daily carbon emission the European Union, thus being one of the worst ever natural disasters in human history. The forest fires in 2015 ran out of hand partly because of the unusual dire weather. The El Nino weather phenomenon is stronger on since 100 2002 severed the water to 100 Asia and travel factors colden canon support for rain. El Nino, which occurs once every, leading to droughts in Southern Asia and therefore also has a major impact on harvest of agricultural commodities. And the next news is about earthquakes in Indonesia. Earthquakes are probably the biggest threat in terms of natural disasters in Indonesia as they come suddenly and can strike in populous areas, such as the bigger cities. Earthquakes with a magnitude of around 5 on the scale of Richter occur almost on a daily basis in Indonesia, but usually cause no or little damage. When the magnitude, earthquake can potentially do a lot of damage. On average, Indonesia experiences about one earthquake per year with a magnitude of 6 or higher that causes casualties as well as damage to the infrastructure and environment below is selected. This will recent earthquakes that cause severe damage and at least 20 facilities. The first is Lombok, and the second is Lombok in 200 July 2018, and the third is Sumatra, and then Java, and then Sumatra again, Java and Sumatra. Earthquakes form a concern threat in Indonesia due to the meeting of major tectonic plates and volcanic activity in the region. Some earth scientists are currently waiting for the next great earthquakes in Indonesia due to building up of stress on one on the Earth's great plate bursts to width of Sumatra. The collision between of Indian Ocean plate and the Asian plate, similar to the disaster 9 magnitude earthquake that occurred on 28 December 2004 and caused a devastating tsunami. Read more now. However, scientists don't know when or where this next big earthquake will happen. The high number of Indonesia casualties involved in the big quake is partly inflated by the bad state of some housing facilities and infrastructure. This is why a magnitude earthquake can in fact result in many casualties, the collapse of many buildings and the displacement of many people. World Bank publication in October 2010 expressed its concern about devastating effect on a magnitude earthquake can have with it what happened in major cities such as Jakarta. Okay, call present to you and if home suggestion and concretes about these programs, please visit us at www.net.co.id or you may call us on the number below. Finally, and all of Curse of Net say, have a wonderful day. My name is Muhammad Nabil. See you next time and bye-bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.